Good morning. It is Tuesday, April 6th, 2021. My name is Terry Morgan. We are here to practice Tai Chi. Today we have the follow-on section from yesterday. So yesterday I introduced two new movements. Raise your hands and white crane spreads its wings. Today we're going to review both of those, but from the perspective of the internal work. Yesterday we focused on the physical, the outward movements, left hand goes here, right hand goes there, right? Today we're going to focus a little bit more on the internal work and what's going on, as well as I'm going to touch a little bit on the applications. Okay, let's get started. Yeah, I may have to adjust that screen in a minute. I'm going to go ahead and do it now. I've gotten pretty good at getting that set up, but I need as much floor space as I can get. Feet about shoulder width apart. Stand straight, bend the knees just a little bit. Relax, open the hip. Shoulders down and relaxed, open the arms. Wiggle the fingers just a little bit and then straighten them down at the sides. Pull up through the crown of the head. Hand circle to the front. And back around to both sides. Up along center line. Stretch up and reach out. Bend through the hips, not through the waist. Stretch up. Reach out. Roll up through the back. Extend up. Pull up, especially through the lower part of your abs. Pull that up and in. It helps to support the hip, and that lets you go over. So you're rolling over the leg. Two more. Reach out. Bend the knees. Last time. Stretch up. Reach out. Roll up through the back, start at the bottom, roll to the top. Stretch up. Elbows drop down. Wrists, fingertips, hands return to your sides. Stay there just half a second. All right, relax. As we do these stretches, this idea of rolling up through the back is important. We don't want this. We do want this. The reason that we're doing this stretch is to open the joints. All of the vertebrae in the back are joints. We want to open them. Alright. Feet about twice as wide as shoulder width. It shouldn't be too wide. We're not going there yet. We could, but we're not. Alright? Just shoulder width and double it. Alright? And hands at your waist. side to side. I'm going to start on my right, you start on your left. Right side, no up and down, straight across. And to the left. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Keep going, 10 more. 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. Straighten. Now, with a circle, outward circle, there's an inward circle, I haven't given it. We're only paying attention to the outward circle. So from the knee, around to the outside of the foot, back around to the heel, come through the center, to the opposite side, knee, around the toe, back to the heel, change to the other side. This is a figure 8. Hands here, no up and down. Sink. Start on my right, you're going to start on your left. Circle around the toe, back to the heel, transfer through. Circle around the toe, back to the heel, transfer through. Use the entire foot. Do not let your knee go beyond the radius of your foot. Okay, so your knee doesn't come to the inside. Your knee doesn't drop here. Keep going. And your knee does not extend beyond your foot and go out over here. It stays placed. Keep going. Stays placed cleanly around the foot. I'm going to talk about that again in a minute. Keep going. Do 10. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Relax, center, straighten. Alright, I'm going to talk about the knee over the toes, and then we're going to practice our walking. Knee over the toes. With my knee. Alright? As I turn, I'll come over here since this is the circle that we're using. Alright? As I turn, pay attention to where my hand is compared to my foot. Alright, what I talked about just now was do not do this. Bad for your knee. Alright? Same, don't do this. Turn it out too much. My foot's turned over because the knee's being pressed out. And I don't want to hurt my knee. So I'm gonna do something else. That's a problem. Don't do it. The knee stays right around the foot. You've got a circle around your foot, that's where your knee stays. Keep it well placed. That is for everything. That's not just this exercise or that is, it's everything. The alignment of the foot, the ankle, we don't think about them being separate, but they are. The leg, the lower leg and the knee with the hip gives us not only the potential for easy balance and very comfortable footwork. Okay? The more well aligned the body parts are, the easier it is to do whatever you're trying to do. It also gives us the potential to do something we shouldn't do, which is drop the knee in or do something, right? Don't do it. Pay attention to keeping that alignment. Develop the habit of using that alignment. And it will just be there for you. Feet about shoulder width apart, hands behind your back. Again, no up and down. Straight. Sink left, bend the knee, open the right toes, transfer the weight, shoulders over the hip. Yeah, well, not quite. And there we go. Transfer the weight forward and shift back. Keep the upper leg open. So the inside pushes out, the outside pushes in, and the underside supports while the front pulls up and in. All right, relax. We'll go through the first part of the form. Pay attention to just, for right now, pay attention to this open and close. And for the first few movements, we're going to pay a little bit of attention, not too much, to the breath. I need to be over here. Stand straight, feet together. Pull up through the crown of the head, knees bent just a little bit. Open the lower back. Salute. Relax through the upper body, relax through the lower body. Toes grip the ground or the floor or your shoes, whichever you've got, just a little bit. Breathe in. Breathe out. Breathe in. Transfer the weight to the right. Release the left. Open, breathe out. Breathe in, arms up. Breathe out, press down. Breathe in, shift left. Breathe out, open right. Breathe in, step through. Breathe out. Breathe in, turn. Step through. Breathe out. Breathe in, turn the waist. Breathe out, pull down. Circle, breathe in. Extend, press, breathe out. Open, breathe in. Push, breathe out. Extend, circle, breathe in. Bring it in, breathe out. Open, breathe in. Extend, breathe out. Breathe in. And step up, raise your hands, breathe out. Circle, breathe in. Extend, breathe out. Breathe in. Vrishni, breathe out. Open and close. Relax the breath. Keep the rhythm. Nice and easy. Step up, hands strum the lute. Vrishni, one more time. Shift back. Deflect downward. Parry. Step through. Punch. Shift back. Close the door. Turn. Crossing hands. Straight. Close left, salute. Relax. Okay, so a couple of things we're going to pay attention to today with the breathing. I'm gonna call out the stepping and stuff that I have to. All right, as we go through each of the individual sets, I'm going to give what is probably, I'm going to say, a more normal step for me compared to the narrow step that I'm using to go through the full form in this room. All right, the skill of being able to adjust your step matters. This is how I've talked about this last week in Xingyi class in closing distance. We use the same idea in Tai Chi, and I'm going to focus on that a little bit more when we work on this segment of Vrishni, hand strum the lute, and that series of Vrishni. What I wanted to point out this morning is this idea that our stepping method, the distance that we're using, right? Which kind of step are we doing? Our stepping method, the distance that we're using for that step can vary, and all of those variations can be correct. Yeah, they are, right? How many English sentences can you write? Oh, I can write a lot of English sentences. All right, so there's a stepping method. What we're looking for is consistency. In Yang style, we're looking for that nice rolling step, well-placed footwork. Okay? And there's a couple other things that we do in Wudang style that we don't do in Yang style. It doesn't happen. All right, so I'll cover that separately. We're looking for well-placed footwork, clean stances, it's clean posture, looks nice, outwardly well-balanced, and inwardly coordinated. We just saw that coordination in the breathing for the first part as I gave it. The two new moves from yesterday, raise your hands and white crane spreads its wings, have specific breathing that goes with. It's part of what we're doing in the move. It's part of the application for the movement. All right? With raise your hands. All right? I'm here. Single whip. I'm extending in both directions. Breathe out. Breathe in. Close in. At the same time, I'm opening my back, I'm opening my waist, and I'm sinking into the hip. Transfer through, that one. Transfer through, breathe in, breathe out. Okay? So one more time. Breathe out. Yeah, I know, it's hard to start with breathe out, but let's do it anyway. Breathe out. Breathe in. And breathe out. Okay. We have a couple of different things. I'm going to stop right there because there's a couple of different things going on that we want to pay attention to. As I open here, I'm coming back to center. My goal is to come back to center. The distance between my hand and my arm, this hand is at my elbow. We have in application split. Yeah, I've talked about this in Shingy. This is not Shingy. It goes this way. And if that should happen to be my opponent's wrist and elbow, it's not the proper direction for the elbow and forearm to go. Yeah, well, there it is. All right, so this has a step, but I could put it there too. All right, just so here. I'm being polite, right? Stay there. Let me take your arm. This idea of using, all right, so this works with the breath and combines with the physical dynamic that we get from this circle. Open. Breathe in. Breathe out. Extend. Pull in. Breathe in. Breathe out. Breathe in. Breathe out. This side goes this way. This side goes this way. Twist. In the 8 directions. Side. Twist. It's not as obvious as it might look. I'll make it less obvious. Open. And come in. And open. It's very empty. Okay? Looks pretty. It's empty. But it's the same thing. Exactly the same thing. Not so empty. It should also have the appearance of being light, but not empty. Not empty. We want not empty. How do we get there? Breath, coordinated movement, and understanding what we're doing in the move. What's going on? This is not fly here with the butterflies, right? This is nice. This is good. We have a Qigong set that uses this kind of a move. It's a little bit different than what I just did. No. Extend in both directions. There's substance. As I shift, there's purpose in what I'm doing. As I settle in to sink so that I can come up, I have substance to the form. The appearance of lightness is part of the skill that goes with Tai Chi practice. If you're strong enough to support the posture, you can execute it with minimal effort, minimal physical effort, and all of the internal workmanship that you have. Let's keep going. Open. I'm going to shift. Raise the hands. Right hands with right foot turns. Down. Yes, this comes down. It has the meaning of pull down. Yes, it does. And we have split here and open. Ward off. Both directions. Split. Ward off. Applications, right? Alright. I'm going to turn around. We're going to do just these three. Single whip. Raise your hands. White crane spreads its wings with the breath. Pay attention to the breathing. Open. Breathe in. Breathe out. Extend. Breathe in. Breathe out. Breathe in. Breathe out. Breathe in. Breathe out. Breathe in. Breathe out. Change the breath. Slow it down just a little bit. Single whip. Breathe out. Breathe in. Breathe out. Breathe in. Breathe out. Open and close. And 2 more times. Breathe in. Breathe out. Breathe in. Breathe out. Breathe in. Breathe out. Single whip. Breathe in. Breathe out. Extend. Breathe in. Shift. Breathe out. Raise your hands. Breathe in. Breathe out. White crane spreads its wings. The more you can relax, the more you can allow the breath to drive the movement. 2 more times. Focus on using the diaphragm, sits below the lungs, and the lower back here. Not the upper back, lower back. As a bellows, open and close, to drive the breath. Just these 3. Single whip. Relax. Open the back. Pull in and up. Breathe in. Breathe out. Breathe in. Breathe out. Breathe in. Breathe out. As you breathe out, pull in through the upper back and extend outward through the shoulders and the area just below the ribs just below the shoulders. All of that goes into that extension. Open it. Breathe in. Breathe out. Extend. Shift. Open the back. All right, relax. This connection, we're going to go back through and we're going to do the whole thing, adding these new moves. Just a second. This connection between the breath and the movement gives us greater control over the movement, greater extension through the movement, and it sets us up for the ability to extend our internal energy. Jing, Qi, Shen. Yeah, there's more than one. All right, our internal energy through that movement. Okay? The more readily we are able to connect the breath, that physical breath, the physical mechanism of breathing, with the movement, the easier it is to begin to use Qi, an internal breath, with the movement. From the beginning, pay attention to the breathing, pay attention to opening the back, keep the body upright, keep this pulled in, shoulders down and relaxed. Stand straight. Breathe in. Salute. Breathe out. Breathe in. Breathe out. Breathe in. All the way down to the right. Release the left. Open. Breathe out. Center. Breathe in. Sink through the heels. Resist as the arms come up. Breathe out. Press down. Sink left. Open right. Breathe in. Step through. Breathe out. Breathe in. And breathe out. Breathe in. Breathe out. Breathe in. And breathe out. Breathe in. And breathe out. And breathe in. And breathe out. Breathe in. And breathe out. Breathe in. And breathe out. Breathe in. Breathe out. Breathe in. Breathe out. Relax the breath. Keep the rhythm. Once you set that rhythm, if you keep it, the movements will follow naturally in accord with a natural breathing pattern. Deflect downward. Parry. And I'm stepping real short here so that I don't step out of the frame. And punch. Shift back. Close the door. Turn. And close. Salute. Alright, this is one of the disadvantages of having a smaller space. I've done performance work where I needed to not fall off the stage. It's a good thing to not fall off the stage. Alright, so as we're practicing, as I introduce some of these movements where I'm short stepping, and I will talk more about that and how that skill, to learn skill, how we can apply that skill to controlling the space that we have. I'll be back tomorrow with Wudang's 3 basic methods, Thursday Xingyi and Friday Qigong. Next week will be the same. Week after, look for some changes. I will talk more about that later. Thank you so much for being here this morning. I appreciate it.